I can't hear you.
How would you describe the finish? I think you put into words what happened.
Well, Colorado State finished the game. We didn't, And, I think down the stretch, they're more consistent than we were on offense. They're more disciplined than we were on defense. And they finished the game better than we did. And, the lesson to be learned from that is it doesn't matter where you're at. You need to go out and finish the game. I mean, I give Colorado State a lot of credit. They played extremely hard. They were behind the whole game, and they never gave up. And they got rewarded for it. And, we've got to be a tougher team. We've got to play better. And I think, they deserve some credit. They had a lot of seniors over there. I imagine their seniors never let them quit, and they came out on top.
Mike, was there anything you would rather have done at the end in terms of milking a little more clock or waiting to snap the ball a little longer on the Laufasa run?
We shouldn't have worried about. We shouldn't have messed with any of that. I mean, fine, use the clock. We should have attacked them and got first downs, and then we should have protected the football.
Is there ever a concern when sending in a player that hasn't been playing for most of the game that they might be cold or might not be able to jump in and be warm right in the game?
Next question. I mean, what the hell kind of question is that? You go out there, you practice all the time, you play. I mean, I'm not even answering that. All right, next one.
Mike, the call to run, I assume it was a call to run to Connor when they replayed it. Go through the thinking on that?
I just think we could have selected things better. And, the thing is, we should have thrown it and attacked them and got first downs.
Coach, what was the feeling even after they scored to tie it? Did you guys still think there was enough time, obviously, and was there still enough confidence on the sideline to get down and get into field goal range yourself?
I thought we had a pretty good shot at it. We've done a pretty good job of that throughout the year. As a matter of fact, we've scored a lot before the end of either half, and we've done a pretty good job of moving the ball down the field in that situation. We just need to take care of the football to give ourselves the opportunity to do that. But I felt like, we were going to have a chance at a couple shots, and then, of course, Fernie can kick it from quite a ways out.
A couple times this season when things have seemed to when they go wrong quickly and drastically. Why is that, and how can that be fixed?
Next question.
Mike, at the end of the first half, you did try and attack and go downfield in your last possession, and things didn't go well when they were able to come back and get 3 points. Can you say, was attacking the way to go at that point?
I think the biggest thing we need to continue to, just to run all the dimension of what we do. And I think that, it's not as much this play, that play, the other play. I think just the team starting with, coaches. I mean, because coaches, players are in this together, and starting with me at the top. I think there's a sense of relaxation there in the fourth quarter that we paid a heavy price for.
Yes. Sorry, we didn't tell you. Connor Halliday and Deone Bucannon are the players.
To both of you guys, Connor, first, you're a junior, so you get another shot next year. I know how much this got to hurt right now, but as far as a motivation factor going into next year, is this something that you'll take with you?
Yeah, no, it's too bad. The seniors are the guys that I came in with, because I redshirted, so awfully tough to not send them out the right way. But, we'll get going in the off season as soon as we get back from Christmas break.
Same question. You're a senior, right? So how's it affecting you guys? That Connor was talking about you guys as seniors.
Whenever you lose, it does hurt. But at the same time, I feel that I've always said that it's a blessing to even be out here and have the opportunity to play with my teammates. And that's exactly how I feel now. I feel that it's a blessing, and I feel blessed.
Connor, and I know you guys have gone through a lot as a team. Where does this rank? I know you can't put a number on it, but how much does this one hurt?
It's tough, but I mean, we only got ourselves to look at for, why we lost that game. Colorado State played real hard, but, at the end of the day, we got to be able to run the clock out as an offense.
Connor, I know that you guys got a lot of other things to think about, but a big deal was being made on ESPN after your first touchdown pass when you were on the sidelines. Can you talk about what had happened during that exchange with the Colorado State assistant?
Coach grabbed me and said some profane things to me, and that's all I'll say about it.
Mike, Connor had 5 passing touchdowns in the first half. Could you just talk about the job he had throwing the ball?
I thought he did a good job throwing the ball the first half, and then did so as well the second half. We were just inconsistent. We had several drives where we stopped ourselves. Some cases they were penalties. Some cases they were drop balls. I didn't think we caught the ball real well the second half. And then, we just need to finish drives. We had a really good drive. It was 80 yards or so, and we had a really good drive, and we could have done that consistently and should have.
And then Connor, a really big game out of River. Can you talk about what you've seen from him over the course of his freshman season?
Yeah, no, I kind of had a feeling River was going to be special when the freshman got here in June. He came out right away in 7-on-7 and made a difference. And that kid just really loves football. He works his butt off, and he grew up quite a bit today.
And then your offense is predicated around getting the ball to as many people in space as possible and spreading the ball around. But at the same time, as a freshman, he got honorable mention honors. Do you feel in some ways that he's the guy you trust the most, or he's a reliable receiver you can count on?
I don't really think too much about that. I just, the bottom line, in this offense, you just got to go through your reads. Whoever is the first read, you got to look at him first. Whoever's the fifth read, you look at him last.
We have a couple more, time for a couple more questions.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the individual effort of Shaquille Barrett on the last couple of plays? He gets the one strip fumble, gets overturned, and then comes back and does the same thing next play?
Yeah, I didn't see the play well enough really to really comment on it, besides the fact that I thought the Colorado State defense played really hard. Their back was against the wall. They didn't surrender at all. And so I don't know specifically who did it, and I didn't see it well enough to say how it happened. But I did think that their defensive unit and their offensive unit had an awful lot of intensity, even when things weren't going their way. What they did is they finished the game, and they never gave up and continued to play hard throughout. And there wasn't, because they had a lot of reasons to quit in this game. They could have quit at any point, because they spent most of the game about 10 points, 2 touchdowns behind, and they never did quit. And they didn't quit then. And so I just saw them as a unit rising and playing at a really high level. Something that we did a lot of in the course of the game ourselves. But down the stretch, even if you're the guy on top, that's got to happen with you too. Otherwise, the other guy puts himself in a position to get there at the end.
Mike, you switched Dahl and Eklund up front for this game. What was the thought process?
We were gonna do it for a while. The biggest thing is we had some time between the end of the season and this game in order to do it.
I guess this would go for all three of you, but with the bowl season, with what you guys have accomplished, does this any way diminish what this Cougar team accomplished this season, reaching a bowl for the first time in 10 years?
I think it's huge that to make a bowl the first time in 10 years. I think that's gigantic, and I think a lot of that, happened by continuing to improve. We went through an incredibly tough stretch as a team. We got better and better all year long, and I think both Connor and Deone have a lot to do with that and a lot to say about that. And I think, they're both examples and kept pushing and believing when others didn't, and they converted a lot of guys with them. And their leadership was incredibly key. I don't know how many it is. I mean, as it is, we won at least 4 games more than everybody thought we were going to win or so, and so I think that's good. You know, that the only diminishing that exists is, you know, throughout the season, you know, there's missed opportunities, there's ways we could have played better, and we have to develop the skills and the focus to do that. We're a young team, so we're a moving target, but we're, you know, we're improving all the time, and I think it starts with a certain level of belief, where I think we're actually a little better team than we honestly, across the board, believe we are, but some of that has to do with, you know, you say, you know, confidence breeds success, success breeds confidence. Some of it's just off seasons and time on the practice field in order to develop those skills and to, you know, to get a visual of what you're really capable of individually. And then as you do it together more often and become more familiar with one another, then, you know, you really start to see it take shape. And, you know, that's where we are. We need to continue to push and develop that.
Connor and Deone, did you comment on that as well?
I think Coach Leach kind of said everything that needs to be said. I mean, you know, great season. Went through a tough stretch there again, like he said, and battled through it. But yeah, I mean, I think everybody in that locker room is, you know, really wanted this one. I think everybody was really excited to play. I think we prepared really well in film studies, and you know, it hurts that you know, that we got to look ourselves in the mirror knowing that you know, that we weren't able to win the game as an offense, just running the clock out and getting first downs and keeping our defense off the field.
I don't think this is diminishing to the team at all. I honestly think this is just the way that they are, the way that I know our team is. We're just gonna come back. We're gonna bounce back. We're gonna come back harder. We're gonna have a great off season. I know Coach Leach is gonna get them right, and that's what I think.
Connor was named the most outstanding offensive player for today's game. He was 37 for 58 with 410 yards passing and 6 touchdowns passing, which is, it ties a BCS record.
All-time bowl record for touchdown passing in any bowl shared by Geno Smith and Chuck Lonsworth. Right, so it ties the all-bowl, not the Field Day New Mexico Bowl, the all-bowl record for touchdown passes in the United States. We don't understand it with that, Geno Smith and Chuck. So
Does anyone want to have a final question for Connor?
Connor, I guess just the obvious question, the mixed emotions that go into winning the award and statistically being good, but then losing the game, your reaction?
Yeah, like I kind of said up here before, it's just really, you know, frustrating that, you know, you have all that stuff happen earlier in the game, and that's great and everything, but, you know, games are won at the end, and we didn't play well enough at the end. So, I mean, it's great that I was able to play well early enough in the game, and it's great that our receivers ran good routes and made catches for me, and we blocked up front. So, you know, it's a whole offense award. But yeah, too bad that it's not something everybody can feel accomplished about as a whole team.
thanks, guys.
Thank you.